How do you reply to someone on Twitter in Star Wars?
I don't know how.
You at them.
Motherfucker.
God damn it.
Just made that up.
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Now witness the firepower of this fully armed and operational battle station.
This is Escape Podcast. My name is Cameron Hauk.
And I'm Zach Fielder. Today, again, we are joined by...
Conner Niell.
Connor.
That's what's up, Connor.
Who let you back in here?
I don't know who let him back
Master
in.
did.
He just kind of weaseled his way in here.
We don't serve your kind here. I'll have to wait outside.
It's rough. Oh man, my girlfriend's parents are gonna listen to this.
Are they?
Yeah.
I am so sorry.
Can I help?
Explicit
Can I join in on this
tag
editing?
Applied.
Yeah, this is gonna get explicit.
Can I change my name? I'm Olivia Munn.
Really?
Yes.
You look very different, Olivia, from
I
when I
know.
last
Yeah,
saw
the movies made you look more feminine.
The camera adds like a whole nother gender.
Attack of the Show, you were very woman.
Martin Luther King was not killed at the hotel. He was later suffocated in his bed.
There he goes again.
So,
all right.
What's on the agenda for today?
Well, today we actually managed to find in the corners of the Outer Rim somebody who actually enjoyed the prequels, to which his name is the revered Conner Niell.
Surprisingly enough, we found our prequel bitch.
We'll be discussing
prequel bitch.
with our prequel bitch. Favorite movies and why. I guess his preferential order, favorite Jedi and Sith, and our favorite theories for today.
Okay.
It's going to be a lot of repeat, but since we found someone who likes the prequels, we want to get a different perspective on why, since all of me, Cameron, and Justin, we all like kind of like the same thing.
And if this is your first time listening, we are no longer an OT Circle Jerk, so let's get into it.
I know, right? It's great.
All right.
Wait, what do you mean OT Circle Jerk?
Me.
Original trilogy.
Original trilogy.
I think the best movie's Empire. Me too.
Yeah, so I'm overreaching at Justin, Justin's reaching at Cameron, Cameron's reaching at me. We're all talking about how great the original trilogy is.
Yeah,
and next
exactly
week on Sex Ed.
So, Connor.
Yes.
What is your favorite Star Wars movie?
Well, I guess before we should ask that, why the prequels over the originals?
I like the prequels, because I do enjoy the story that the prequels set and the look into the Jedi life that the second one doesn't give you. Not the second one, I mean the original trilogy. The original trilogy just kind of says, like, here's the Jedi way of life. Luke, go train as a side story. Han and everyone, here's your story. The first three are like, this is what the Jedi did. This is why they're so revered. It's set up... To me, it really set up how important a Jedi was, which made the original trilogy, if you watch it, 1, 2, 3, 4, Luke becoming... I'm retarded. It's Luke, right?
Yeah, it is Luke.
Yeah, I was thinking Anakin. Luke becoming a Jedi is a big deal because it's bringing back this feared warrior that was feared across the galaxy. Everyone knew them. Everyone respected them to a degree. Like, they knew not to fuck with Jedi, but they would still do it, and they're retarded.
I mean, but Jedis were revered as peacekeepers by the prequel trilogy. The original
Jedi
trilogy...
fuck you up. Don't let them trick you.
The original trilogy had set out Jedi to be a samurai police enforcer rather than a monk-esque galactic peacekeeper that would inevitably fail and contradict their ideologies. It was a lot cooler, the idea of a Jedi, to which we only saw really 3 in the original trilogy: Yoda, Luke, eventually at the end of Return of the Jedi, and Obi-Wan. Yeah, Ben.
Don't you see original Anakin before he became Darth Vader?
That was edited in.
Okay. I hate you. And then
He doesn't know about all the edits. Yes, back when they released the episode 1, The Phantom Menace, no, episode 2.
It was 2004 special edition, right after episode 2.
When they finally cast someone to play Anakin, they re-edited the very last movie to put Hayden Christensen in there as the Force Ghost.
Thank you so much. That confused the hell out of me when I was watching this
They
movie.
literally chopped off Sebastian Shaw's head, the man who played Darth Vader, and put on Hayden Christensen's. He's wearing literally Sebastian Shaw's clothing. They just a simple copy and paste. That's it.
So they didn't use
Looked like
Dave
a real
Prowse.
Force Ghost to me.
No, David Prowse is an ugly motherfucker. No.
Oh yeah, I've met the man.
You've met... That's right, you told me that.
Yeah, I have his autograph on my Return of the Jedi poster.
Oh, I'm so jelly.
Yeah, but he gave me unedited, like the original cuts.
Okay.
So We can.
Are they like 16 millimeter? And I gotta get the.
It's a theatrical
Is it?
reconstruction,
Oh.
so it's the closest
Like your
thing you
sex
can
life.
get to a theatrical release. But
Okay, so back on track. So now
so
that we've
the Jedi in the OT were much more revered and were much more well. The establishment of what Yoda did as a Jedi values were clear and concise. The Jedi never used the Force for attack, only knowledge and defense. And this was clearly uprooted in the prequels easily by the Battle of Geonosis.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite battle. But yeah, it's you
we'll
want
get
to chill
to
your,
that. We'll
both
get
of
to
you
that.
just put your dick specs in your mouth.
We'll get to that.
So
Hold on, how does one do that?
No,
Like,
you,
I'm
you
not
put
that
his in that
flexible.
one. You
Oh,
put that
okay.
one in
If you
his.
believe the rumor of Marilyn Manson, I mean, it's possible.
That is not correct, but
I know it's not
you
correct,
take a
but
few
it was
ribs out
true.
and suck your own cock.
Oh,
yeah.
guys, have we talked about how Yoda is the youngest of all the Jedi?
We'll get to that.
Cool.
Okay, so what else do you like about the prequels? Prequel bitch.
In terms of talking outside of the universe, I do enjoy the update, the advances in film we had.
Well, that's not
And
the prequels, but
shut the fuck up. And also, it looked like going from the prequels to the original trilogy in that like chronological order. Why did they suddenly lose like 200 years of technology and design?
Lucas didn't want he wanted to show the full capabilities of computer generated technology, and he knew that the prequel trilogy was the last one he was going to do by the time he started the prequels in 1993. So he went all out and did stuff for visual expectation instead of actual story building and character development. And honestly, it hasn't held up, and it's all for flash, and there's no
great.
real.
Yeah, so we had an annoying
Weight
character
behind it.
development from
It was so
Anakin.
good.
It was one of the most
You could have
annoying
you could have
developments.
easily
Episode
gone
2,
a lot better into
Attack of the
that.
Clones, movie of the century.
What, to meet the Razzies #1 list, or what do you?
You know,
It's the
I don't know
66%
what
on
that
Rotten
is.
Tomatoes. You can't fight that,
We'll
bud.
get to why he likes that. We'll get
Okay.
there.
I'm talking about it right now, nigga.
No, you're going out of line. Come on. We still have to see why you like the prequels most.
I mean,
Yeah.
he said the Jedi were more established, which is
And
very
how-
true.
how it looks
there was
cleaner
very
and crisper.
little development of the Jedi in the original trilogy, with a slight manipulation that still maintained contiguous to the entire trilogy, even though the prequels do seem quite separate from the OT without the help of Rogue One. What else?
The clones. I think the clones are fucking awesome. They're top notch motherfuckers.
I mean,
Nothing beats clones, man.
Stormtroopers beat clones. That's why they replaced them with it.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure an AT-TE can take down an AT-AT.
The hell's an ATTE?
Exactly, motherfucker. Get them
You
a
just
level.
made that up.
No, I didn't. It's a six-legged
Wikipedia
walker with a
right
cannon
now.
on the top of it.
Here we go. AT what?
AT-TE.
All right, talk
It
about
was
some other
it
shit
was
while
the
I'm
one
doing
on
this.
it was the one on Kashyyyk.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
You.
Anyways, so since you've already established you like the prequels more than the original trilogy, and I guess you just clearly stated you like Episode 2 the most, why is Episode 2 better?
As aforementioned clones.
Besides,
I-
There's gotta be something. Just like,
I can like see
one
what you
aspect
guys
of the
are
film.
asking for is a deep philosophical look into Star Wars, and I'm like, dude, I like Attack of the Clones because I like the clones. It also set the stage for a little bit of Dooku, just a little. Like he's like a tease him at the end. Like here's a little Dooku for you. You can go catch him later. And if you watch the Clone Wars after that,
Dooku takes a
Yeah.
huge part in Clone Wars.
by the Clone Wars, I mean the. Not Attack of the Clones.
The
yeah,
television
the Clone
show
Wars.
from
The show,
2014.
not the movie. The show.
What we're constantly referencing.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so good. If you
my
guys
God.
have not watched the Clone
That's one
Wars,
thing we can agree on. They're so fucking good.
they really do a good job
Yeah.
of doing a lot of character development in the prequels and somewhat repair it. When you watch all of Clone Wars, preferably in the official Star Wars order, and then you watch the execution of Order 66, you actually feel some form of emotion towards Ki-Adi-Mundi, Aayla Secura, Plo Koon, all these Jedi that get killed that Lucas doesn't even give a shit to go ahead and develop, but he goes ahead and makes toys for it just because, which is the major source of all his income that he's ever done.
Yeah, Attack of the Clones is just so good. You know my favorite character or characters in that? The droids. The normal battle droids and their banter all the time. I just...
What, in Clone Wars?
Roger.
Yeah. I just think it's
When you're
funny.
hitting it from behind and she says blast him.
Roger.
Okay, so I mean, I guess it's pretty straightforward then. So then I would go out on a whim and say that your favorite battle is Geonosis.
I think, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it
That
seems
battle
like
is
pretty obvious.
that one has some layers to it.
Okay.
Oh,
why?
please tell me
give us some
more
layers.
than one
I'm
layer to the
reclining
Battle
for
of
this one.
Geonosis.
First off, it's one of the battles that shows off the clones the best in their combat abilities. Second off,
The
Battlefront.
clones were in? I thought it
Yeah,
was
clones
just- okay.
destroyed them.
The Colosseum was the only one that the Jedi were in.
thought it
Outside
was
the
the
Colosseum, there was the droids versus the clones and the Geonosians.
And
I
the
thought it was-
clones
okay.
shit on them. And then I think Star Wars Battlefront 1 or 2 have the prequels? 2? Battlefront 2, Geonosis was just awesome. So it was honestly one of the best maps on the game.
That doesn't fix the movie.
You're not asking me to fix it. You're asking me what my favorite battle is. I'm explaining what my favorite battle is and the reasons
Because
why.
of your video games that are not part of the prequel movies.
Really though?
In a sense, they do, though. In a sense, Battlefront 2 does kind of play into a role in the movies or the universe itself because it tells the story of the 501st.
Are you asking me for facts about the movie or my opinion and why I like it?
Oh, go ahead.
The Geonosis map was awesome.
Okay. With a closing argument
The
from
rage
Conner
for
Niell.
Hold on, have you
Gopher and
considered-
Cameron is
have-
amazing to watch.
Have you considered?
You know what? I actually have, and I can say,
Okay, fair counterpoint.
all right, good.
He was getting so red when he was talking about the video game. Watching Cameron rage inside is the best thing
You
ever.
haven't even come close to see that, Zach.
No, this is great to watch though.
All right. I think it was more of an
I like the video
embarrassment.
game one. You look dumb on that one. You're trying to make me look dumb now.
I was very dumb on that one. I know little to nothing about that, so I'm glad I pulled off what I could.
Yeah, the 501st is the squadron that Rex leads.
Rex.
And so Battlefront 2 story mode tells the story of the 501st where they were during the Clone Wars and then where they were after the Empire took forward because they still kept a clone squadron, the 501st, and what they were doing in the original trilogy.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Rex, Cody, or Boyle?
Who else?
Rex.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rex. You like Boyle?
I've never heard of Boyle.
Boyle's the one who remember when on Ryloth, Ryloth, he found the baby Twi'lek.
Oh, it was the two.
Yeah, it was
two
a
clones.
racist clone.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you like him?
I mean,
Or do you like Rex or Cody more?
I mean,
Rex, yeah, okay.
I think there's actually really cool continuity because what you later see on one of the two is actually a little baby Twi'lek tattoo of her on the scalp of the clone.
Oh, nice.
That they do later in
That
the
show
series.
was so good.
I know, that was a great episode.
Oh,
It's safe to say Connor's ahead of me in the Clone Wars. 'Cause I have no idea what the hell you're talking
yeah, I'm
about.
leaving you in the dust, bitch.
Well, I'm on page, and I know exactly what you're
Yeah,
talking
no. Cameron's over here rocking the house.
about.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Raping retards.
God damn it.
We got the battle. We got why. So then, do you have a favorite Jedi? And we are including the
You know
Clone
what?
Wars.
Yeah, Clone Wars Obi-Wan.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's
if
my
I
favorite
were to
Jedi.
pick Clone Wars, Anakin's fucking badass in there.
Yeah.
I love Matt Latner.
I don't know.
I think it's Latner or Latner. It's Latner. Fantastic development on Anakin, but I can't stand Hayden. I can't. He's terrible.
Sand is so coarse and irritating. It gets everywhere.
Wait, who?
Hayden Christensen, the guy who played Anakin in the
Oh,
movies.
okay. I don't watch the I don't watch the credits. I don't watch the credits.
should know
Netflix
them.
has this option to skip intro and skip to the next show. So
Star Wars is not on Netflix, buddy.
who watches the credits on Netflix? You're a sad person if you do
if
that.
it's a Marvel movie,
You can skip to where you need to be. It shows you a little down there in the square.
Okay.
so besides the fact that they do make him a badass, what else draws you to that version of Obi-Wan compared to the prequel version of Obi-Wan?
I mean, just to start out, I mean, his outfit in general is a lot cooler. It seemed as though he's more a part of the war and a part of the clones by wearing part of their armor.
You mean when it's got the Jedi Order symbols on both shoulder pads? He's got like a white armor going on with kind of a skirt.
Yeah, I thought it was Anakin who had the Jedi Order. symbol.
I thought both of them had it.
Yeah, they probably both
I know what
did.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
They're both commanders in the Clone Wars.
Yeah. Which, by the way, real quick, I don't give a shit what order you're in. If you're a 13-year-old girl, you don't get to command a battleship. I don't care.
When you
It
control as
depends
much power
if you're
as she does.
to crew it or not.
I don't give a fuck.
It's those head tails that give her that extra power.
Dude, like Ahsoka has so much power, dude. Like if you have as much power as she does, it don't matter. If General Skywalker says this little child's in charge, or she was gonna, knock your fucking head off with the Force, you're gonna listen to her. Because she's shown her hatred and bloodlust when she fights Asajj Ventress.
Oh yeah,
she has
go
the
see him.
capability of killing.
Oh yeah, and she totally. I fell for her really at the end of Clone Wars. Have you got? No, you haven't got. None of you guys have got to the end.
Not to the end yet.
Spoiler alert: the Jedi take up not Luminar Unduli, Boris Offee, and she frames Ahsoka to be a Sith and commit treachery to the Jedi Order and the Republic.
So
to which the
Ahsoka's
Jedi.
Sith?
No.
It was all a lie. It was a hoax.
Oh.
So they almost condemn Ahsoka with no real trial. They're just like, we already know what we're going to say, and you're guilty. And they almost condemned her to the point where Anakin went undercover, found out it was Barriss, and then took her to the Senate and said, no, this is her. And Ahsoka left the Jedi Order because they were going to condemn her.
Fair
Damn.
enough. I would too. I mean, you're supposed to be these high and mighty peacekeepers who have to put people on trial, as stated, and they skipped all that. This goes exactly
there,
why
there was technically a trial, but they're like, we already have our mind
this
made
goes
up.
exactly why I was talking about in the first episode. Why I hate
Children.
Mace Windu.
Yeah, it's a throwback to the gaming one if you want to listen
What's
to that.
worse than a rapist?
Fucking children.
A child, those little bastards. No,
What
this goes back to why I hated Mace Windu, because he thought he was high and mighty and above everything else.
Mace Windu's not that bad.
And his word is law,
He's a
which
G.
directly reflects what the Jedi Order were about during the prequels.
Where's he from again?
What are you saying?
What planet was Windu from? There's no Earth. What planet was Windu from?
I'm going to find out. I have never looked that up.
Yeah, that just completely why I do not like the Jedi Order in the prequels during the Clone Wars. They just
Fuck you up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Without any care. It's almost
Fucking
like they got too powerful.
They
So
throw
if
a
the
battleship at a 90-degree angle,
Harun
take the
Kal.
blast. Straight out of Harun Cow. Crazy motherfucker named Windu.
But yeah, so okay.
With the purple lightsaber to cut you.
All right, we're getting off track here though.
Yeah.
So we have you like the Clone Wars Obi-Wan, but what about your favorite Sith or your favorite dark side person?
Are we counting only movies? Movies in the Clone Wars?
Movies and Clone Wars.
Not the entire universe?
Extended universe is a gray area because it's not official canon.
I mean, if you're going to do Revan or Malak, you might want to stay away from that because a lot of people don't really know who that is.
No, I was going to say the Star Killer.
Starkiller, go for it.
Starkiller. I was actually reading this thing. Starkiller's a gray Jedi.
Yeah, he's badass.
Because
I love playing as him and just.
I gotta show you something after
he
this.
he followed the ways of the dark side, but you also bring down a fucking Star Destroyer, and you try to kill Darth Vader.
Or Jar Jar Binks.
He's a mixture.
There's a little plot hole between 3 and 4.
my
Jar Jar
God.
took the place of Darth Vader.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's jumping back and forth between light and dark
Misa, his
side.
father, Annie. Okay, finish
But no, so yeah, he jumps back and forth between dark and light side. That constitutes as a gray Jedi.
No, I mean,
Well, red and blue don't make gray, though. What do red and blue make green?
no.
Get the fuck out.
What does red and blue make?
Make
Get the fuck out.
purple.
It's purple.
He's a Mace Windu is a gray Jedi. Oh my god!
No.
The purple lightsaber, the Kyber crystal.
The only reason he got a purple lightsaber was because of
He's not very adept.
he
with the
literally
Force.
just asked Lucas, and he's like, "Sure, fuck it." Well, actually, no. Lucas said,
No,
"No, I
that's
don't
Sam
want
Jack.
it." And then lady's like, "Sure, you can have it, Sam Jackson, because you're Sam Jackson." So and he got it for identification purposes and nothing more.
And he has one that says "badass motherfucker" in his house.
Does he?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Cool.
Yep.
He's mixing Pulp Fiction with Star Wars. That's the best.
Oh,
Pulp Fiction was a bad movie.
fantastic.
Sith, I guess.
Absolute
I
garbage.
guess we can
What?
consider. I'm not getting it.
This is not this
No.
episode.
Why? Hold on.
Cameron.
Why the fuck don't you like Pulp Fiction?
Cameron.
Well, hold on. No, Zach, I can sum this up in one
Make it
sentence
very fast.
because it's garbage. Okay.
Another
Pulp
podcast,
Fiction-
bud.
Me and,
Yeah,
me
it's
and him,
another
me and
one.
him have had a 45-minute discussion on this where I was
I have
Read
legitimate
the whole
points.
movie.
I have legitimate points.
But today
It's
is Star
also a
Wars.
Disney movie.
Today is Star Wars.
It's a Disney movie.
Shut up, Connor. Today is Star Wars.
Star Wars is
No,
a
Pulp
Disney
Fiction.
movie. It is not.
It was Pulp Fiction, produced by Miramax, which was owned by Disney at the time. It's a Disney movie.
Okay, fine. Star Wars.
So we have Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Clone Wars, and we have Starkiller.
Favorite clone, Rex.
Clone Rex. So what else?
Let me.
What else we
Favorite
got?
vehicle,
Zach,
the LAAT.
You know, let's go over your favorite Jedi, Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. In case for our first listeners, just reiterate so we can
So-
be on the same page.
I made it very clear. My favorite character overall, or Force wielder, is
Mace
definitely
Windu.
Darth Maul. God, I hate Windu.
Where was he from again?
Haroon Cow.
Straight out of Haruka. What was it?
This is the third time in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Stop it. Straight out of Jakku.
Why does everyone want to go back to Jakku? Oh, you
Your
monkey.
favorite Jedi, Zach. Come
Yes. So my
on. It's
favorite
not
Jedi
Darth
is
Maul.
Definitely Plo Koon.
Oh, yes, I remember now.
Plo Koon.
Plo Koon.
I'm really glad his favorite Jedi isn't Darth Maul. That'd be good. Because I don't
That'd
think.
be a little strange, wouldn't it?
I mean,
Well, no, you can identify as whatever you want, so.
that's, the dark and light side force are just concepts of society. Yeah.
Trying to impress us,
The
man.
force is a spectrum.
Force is a spectrum.
Oh, you know,
Shit.
my favorite Jedi, I think, is probably gonna have to be Luke. Badass motherfucker. Took down the entire Empire with
George
the help
Luke?
of his, not George Luke.
Oh.
And that's probably my least favorite. And with the help of his daddy, destroyed the Empire as well.
No, Wicket did it.
Indirectly,
It was all due to Wicket. If Wicket did not befriend with the
Hold
Ewoks,
on.
they could not have taken down the shield generator.
if
Wicket did not befriend Leia.
okay, well, we could also pin it on Papalu for taking the land speeder and taking away their stormtroopers so they can infiltrate the shield generator.
I know.
Ewoks
Hold
won
on.
The fact is,
Yeah, Ewoks won the battle.
the fact is
Who
that
would've won the battle?
each individual basketball player in a game who
Yeah.
scores a a point, equally contributes to the win.
Not if Steph Curry's on the field.
If you're attempting to put the last person to score a point, a hoop, in basketball to the attributing goal, then you're not accounting for the whole thing. There were 79 other points before that other people scored. Wicket did contribute, but he didn't solely take down the Empire. It was all a collective effort.
Without Wicket, it wouldn't have been possible.
This is true, but it
Yeah.
wasn't
But it's no.
solely Wicket.
He's the one who helped them win the war. He won the war. They won the war because
Okay,
of
that's
Wicket.
the jump. He helped them
Yeah.
win the war. He won the war. That's a huge jump.
No, he helped them win the war, but if Wicket did not help, they would not have won. That is
That's
my
true.
stance. Yeah, that's my stance.
And if they didn't have
You
a
guys are
space
going around
battle,
in
they
circles
wouldn't have
right now.
blown up the DS2. If Luke wasn't on board, the Emperor wouldn't have been destroyed.
What the fuck are you saying? Nintendo wasn't around in Star Wars.
Death Star 2, motherfucker, not dual screen. Okay, so, moving on. Let's see here. You guys want to do some theories?
You sound so thrilled right now.
I love theories.
You should
Okay.
not have talked about Star
You
Wars,
can,
man.
You can take the helm.
Yeah.
What's first?
The helm?
Grab it by the helm.
Well, I know there's a whole shit ton of theories that I personally believe to be complete and total bullshit with the simple reading of the scripts of Star Wars, like Mace Windu being Snoke, that Darth Plagueis is also Darth Jar Jar, who is everybody who is Snoke.
Snoke is a collective hive mind.
Now, I have one that
Snoke
I
is the Matrix.
believe can easily be accepted by the entire Star Wars fan base, but is probably not intended by George Lucas, which is the idea that, stormtroopers can actually aim. Stormtroopers can hit their target.
I agree with you.
They chose to not hit Leia, Luke, Han, and Chewie on top of the DS-1, Death Star, because Darth Vader or the Emperor said to let them go. Tarkin took a great risk letting them escape to go to Yavin 4. The reason that they weren't killed was so that they could be taken to the rebel base while tracking them so they could destroy the rebel base. Stormtroopers deliberately missed their target.
Because all throughout the movie, they're fighting the rebels or anybody. They were
they miss
spot on with their shots.
Where else was
Just shooting rebel soldiers.
Yeah, when else did they hit a rebel?
They're in. When they were infiltrating Leia's ship, they killed all those rebels. Before
That is true. They did do that.
Fair enough.
When they were shooting the Ewoks
Yeah.
on.
Well, those things
Endor.
are just
The
cannon
Forest
fodder.
Moon of
And
Endor.
in the Forest Moon of Endor, they were
Yeah.
hitting the Ewoks. I mean, they hit their target. So I guess it does make sense that Tarkin told them, hey, let these guys live so that we can track them.
Yeah.
It does kind of make sense.
Yeah.
I think that's a
Sith
theory
were really
that will
smart.
actually hold up that I support.
And Sith
Yeah.
were really smart. They just weren't expecting teddy bears.
Yeah. Fucking.
The Emperor's had everything planned out except for those little fucking tree bears that would
See-
just use their logs and their rocks and take down ATSTs.
Spears. Yeah, right.
Spears.
That's what
Spears
it's
and
all about.
rocks
The minute
beat
that
out
Build-A-Bear
blasters.
came up, they
Yep.
didn't see it coming. Fucked.
All right, that's my theory for today.
Yoda is the youngest Jedi.
I'm curious.
How is Yoda
The youngest Jedi.
When 900 years you reach, look as good you will not.
Yoda has a poor misconception of time because of his size. If you notice, he was always on Kashyyyk with Chewbacca.
He was
He
on
got
the
dropped so
one
many times
time.
that he forgot how to count time. Damn it, dude! You can't do that
He
to me.
forgot how to count time.
Yeah. So he thinks 900 years when really he's only been alive 9.
He doesn't look like he's 9 years old.
My God, dude.
But his body is
He's like
green.
the most revered Jedi.
He is such a little. He's pretty boss. You ever seen that Yoda 3D animation of him dancing with the clones? They're all
No.
like this, and Yoda's doing that.
No.
I'm glad. Okay,
Is that
for
in
all
like the
listeners.
outtakes, or is that in like YouTube?
Yeah, it's on
made
YouTube. Someone made it. It's
I've never
funny.
seen that.
Okay, so besides a failed attempt of starting your own theory, do you actually have a theory?
Because that was pretty shitty. Connor.
Jar Jar Binks
you
is
were
Sith
on a
Lord.
roll. Okay, that one has been tossed around. You want to explain it?
Oh my
So
god, here we go.
basically, Jar Jar Binks is Darth Plagueis, who is Snoke. And so the reason being is if you watch episode 1, the actual episode 1.
I'm
not
sorry
this.
if you do that.
Don't infringe on my rights. You already enslaved my people. Don't mess with my free speech.
You have the right to
So-
remain silent. Anything you say or do can be used as a flotation device.
Well, boat. So
Okay, Jar Jar.
But that's all you got was boat. Well,
I'm gonna be
I
floating
raise
all
your
day.
boat and use a raft.
Oh, hovercraft. Okay, so
Jar Jar.
that's not a flotation device, dumbass.
God damn it, Connor.
I wish it was. They
Strangle
drowned the
you.
motherfucker.
I'm going to strangle you.
So Jar Jar, if you watch episode 1, when they're all descending into Naboo, and Princess Fuckface is all like, "Raptor, help me!" Jar Jar and the 2 Jedi drop in. Jar Jar is still hanging there though, and the droid's looking at him and like trying to shoot at him while the Jedi are fighting. Jar Jar then drops from the other side of the screen on another part of Naboo. Now you know why? He fucking force jumped and threw himself all the way over there. Now when they're underwater in the catamaran, no, that's the Kashyyyk plains.
Adagunga.
Autogunga. Jar Jar kept summoning those bigger fish to eat what's currently there.
Next, you're gonna be
Okay,
like,
man.
when he jumped in Otto Gunga, he only jumped that high because Force users can jump that high.
You mean when he jumped like 30, 40 feet
Did
in the
like
air and did a
5
somersault?
somersaults?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
The reason why-
he's a Sith Lord. He's the most powerful.
The reason why he
If
jumped
you
that
watch
high
the Clone Wars,
is
he gets a
because-
cloak and it's natural for him, and he stands and he looks like a Sith
pretends
Lord.
to be a Jedi, first of all. Second
Yeah.
of all,
And it works.
He only can jump high because that's just the way he is. He
No, because
doesn't
all the
need-
other Gungans can't jump high.
You've never seen any of them jump.
Yeah, during the war with the droids, they were
They
jumping
didn't
over.
jump. They were in. They
They were jumping over the
crafts.
balls that were being thrown
They were-
because the Gungans couldn't get hit by them either after they've been launched. You remember the little blue balls? They were like, choo, choo, choo,
Okay.
like some Pac-Man, not some
Yeah.
Pac-Man, like some Mega Man bullshit.
You're blue balling.
You're blue
But
balling. Like a middle school dance.
Jar Jar can just naturally jump high. It doesn't necessarily make him a Force user.
Oh, good theory. E.T. aliens are in Star Wars.
That's not a theory. That's actually there.
Lucas
For
deliberately
real?
did that.
I
it's
fucking
actually in
hate
there.
that guy.
What actually happened was Spielberg and Lucas shared shares to E.T. and Star Wars. So Lucas is like, I'll put E.T. in Episode 1 and you can put Yoda in E.T. and we'll each share 5%. And now Spielberg makes 5% of Star Wars for doing absolutely fucking nothing. And he definitely got the long stick there. So yeah, E.T. was in Phantom Menace.
Oh, they need to kill those things. So, I guess to wrap it all up and end this bucket. I don't know, man. Honestly, at the end of the day, do you love Star Wars?
Fuck yes.
Where's
Do you
my
love Star
theory
Wars?
at, you piece of
no.
shit?
Do you shut up? Do you love Star Wars?
You don't get to take.
No, I'm calling the
podcast.
shots now. Bang
So
bang.
sit your
Zach,
little happy ass down.
What is your favorite theory, Zach?
I don't say it's one of my favorites. This one does make the most sense out of the ones I've read, though, and that was Boba Fett killed Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
Is that because Vader said no disintegration?
That's part of it. During the remakes, the special editions, Boba Fett was on Tatooine at the time of the murders. He was actually there.
Yeah, they threw a CG version in a deleted scene.
Yeah, and so we're all aware that the Empire is willing to outsource the bounty hunters.
Well-
and when he's talking to all the bounty hunters, give them the rundown of the mission, he tells them, don't kill the heroes, don't kill Luke, Han, Leia, and he makes that special point to turn to Boba and telling him as like he's talking to a child, no disintegrations.
I have you now.
So why not? Why couldn't it be possible they sent him to, kill Luke? Because at some point they had to have figured out that Luke is on Tatooine.
What actually happened? Well, not what actually happened, but the comic books, the Star Wars comic and the Darth Vader comic that attempt to fill this plot hole of how did Vader figure out that Luke was his son but not Leia, showed that that Darth Vader hired Boba Fett from a Jabba the Hutt, and went ahead and searched for him on Tatooine, to which they found Luke, and his last name Skywalker.
Yeah, because you can't go to where Anakin was, and you have the same name as the person who previously lived there.
Yeah.
You can't just be inconspicuous having the same name.
It would have been better if Lucas gave Anakin a different last name, but I mean that's what the plot holes had to be fixed. And Boba Fett got in a fist fight with Luke. Luke eventually escaped somehow, and Boba Fett came back saying the boy escaped, but I got a name, Skywalker, and he's like and he force crushed a window on a Star Destroyer. But that's what happened there. Reasons why I think that was not originally intended was because this is something Sorry, I didn't mean to play footsie with you, Connor. So this
Gotta pay me first.
how much you charge?
$3 a toe.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and say it.
He just said $3 a toe.
$3 a toe. No, man, I only charge $1.50. What was I talking about?
Star Wars.
Fett, Luke.
Star Wars.
Just Star Wars. the whole.
God damn it. So the reason why I don't believe that Boba Fett disintegrated Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru was because of the simple original Star Wars script that said these blast points are too accurate for sand people. Only stormtroopers have that kind of accuracy. George Lucas fully intended stormtroopers to have killed Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, as dictated by the scripts. In fact, Boba Fett didn't even exist when the script was made. It was only came about in the holiday special.
But it's not in the stormtroopers' repertoire to disintegrate people.
No, they just fired a lot of blaster bolts at him.
And that just melts their skin and turns them into skeletons.
They had to find something for special effects.
The Earth was flat, so his jetpack wouldn't work. That's why Boba Fett didn't do it. Bring that up real quick. That's why it works.
They can hear you.
all
Just
hear you.
say it.
Because the Earth is flat, so his jetpack wouldn't work.
It would still work if the Earth was flat.
With the gyroscope, then it would break. Until I can see the curve from my front porch, NASA is wrong. Continue your argument.
Okay.
So you're saying they just added
Boba
a charred
Fett-
body just for special effects, saying blaster bullets can completely melt all your skin and everything like that.
Yeah, exactly that. Boba Fett
makes
didn't
sense.
exist at the time that film was made. Boba
How
Fett.
does it make sense?
That blaster bolts can burn your skin?
No, like
Ionized
okay, a
light?
couple
Not
blaster
light, fucking
bullets
idiot.
that will go straight through, yes, and disintegrate everywhere
It
around
won't
the
go
puncture
straight
point.
through you. It'll hit you.
Yeah, that's going to hit and burn.
Yeah.
So you're going to get
So
hit with a
you're
water
gonna get
balloon of
burned.
acid.
So,
You can see, like, literally.
so what you're saying is they had to get hit by a barrage of blaster fire.
I'm
just
sure
to
they sent a
melt all
lot.
that skin.
Yeah, Tusken Raider.
No, stormtroopers.
Yeah, stormtroopers have those turrets.
Look,
they
the
can set
reason
up.
why this theory shouldn't be a thing is because Boba Fett didn't exist when the film was made. It only came about in the special editions when Joe Johnston took the original drafts from Ralph McQuarrie, who designed Darth Vader, to make a new character that was solely used in the holiday special. Did I say special editions? Holiday special. This later came about, and Lucas simply retconned it into Empire Strikes Back.
I still have to watch the holiday
Jar
special.
Jar Binks is the ultimate Sith.
Did you listen to anything I just said?
We did.
Boba Fett didn't exist. Lucas never made
I got
Boba Fett.
that. I got that.
Boba Fett exists.
At the time of the original script.
Oh.
At the time of the original script, Boba Fett wasn't even a twinkle in George Lucas's eye.
He never was. Boba Fett adapted. I mean, Boba Fett. George Lucas adapted him from the holiday
No,
special.
it's Jango Fett.
What?
Jango Fett.
Oh, yeah, Jango Fett came first, and then Boba, right? Because
Yeah.
he's his father clone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Father close.
He banged a test tube, man.
So here's the thing that I've always been wondering, though. I get that you don't have any more clones in the Empire. What did they go to Camino and destroy the facility?
I've read this.
I remember.
I
I
have no
remember in
clue.
Battlefront 2, you go fight, but like I thought they were just trying to take back the base in the name of the Empire. Did they?
This
completely
is. I've actually looked into this because I was wondering the same thing. Why are all the commanders now for the Empire actual people?
And why are all
not
the,
just
why are
clones?
all the troopers have different voices? Like they're not
And different
all
heights, so
right.
that one of them,
They're a little short for stormtroopers.
one of them
Now,
hits their head on the door.
Camino.
Go ahead. I'll have to show you. Yeah.
No, I know what you're
He
talking
hits
about.
his
Yeah,
head
exactly.
on the way in.
They just don't take it
Okay.
out.
They added in a
Camino.
bonk effect in the 2011 special edition just to emphasize it, too.
That'd be awesome.
They did do that.
I didn't watch the 2011 edition. Okay, Camino.
So
you're saying.
Camino was eventually destroyed by the Empire. Now, the way the Empire rose to power was it's not clones. On the actual disappearance of clones, I've read a few different things. They had some clone genetics or whatever that caused them to eventually die out. They were actually hunted down by the Empire. There's a few different theories behind that. But everybody in the Empire is conscripted primarily through fear. The Empire is controlling your area, serve the Empire, or die.
Well, hopefully you don't act too rashly, or else the Death Star is going to come out of hyperspace and destroy your planet.
Yeah.
The
So
ultimate
wanna be like-
peacekeeper.
You're gonna be like Alderaan.
yeah,
That was
Join our army.
quite the population explosion there, huh?
get
Yeah.
Alderaan.
Get Alderaan, son. Okay,
Alderaan that ass.
so they hunted
But-
down clones that didn't follow Order 66 or something.
No, the clones that were remaining. Since the
Oh.
clones were still Order 66 caused them to kill the Jedi.
Man.
But they were still, there was an underlying fight the Sith that they were programmed with. So I want to say programmed for the fact that when clones are infants, there's helmets put on them, and that's how they learn.
Right.
So they were, again, there's a few different theories: disintegration through clone reproduction, hunted down. Once that's done, it's all conscription past that. Same with rebels. That's why it becomes kind of a war of attrition and trying to win planets over, because that increases your population of your army. Yeah, that's the one thing that I looked into, because I was confused as hell. Like, how do these guys go from these badass soldiers to fucking doofuses,
The ones that can beat the clones.
to morons?
This is true, but the ones that...
Wait a minute, I said that word wrong. Hold on. Nimrods. No, Nimrods.
Nimrods.
Pseudo Nimrods. Anyone who gets that, I'm proud of you.
I get the word. What are you referencing?
Well, you know what Nimrod means, right?
Yes.
What does it mean?
Someone who's stupid.
No, it means a biblical hunter with great prowess. It was made somebody stupid by Bugs Bunny. So pseudo Nimrod would be a fake hunter. So they're terrible shots.
Okay, that was ridiculously...
Etymology, bitch. Study it.
I understand etymology. That was ridiculously circuitous. Okay.
This is English language, everybody. You can just pull letters
That
out.
was pretty gay. And by that I mean 1800s century definition. 1800th century, goddammit. 1800s definition.
You're on a roll today.
Oh yeah, I'm blabbering everywhere. I'm not
400
speaking well
AD. What
Okay.
century was that? First one. Get 'em.
enough. was the 5th century. Technically, it was the 4th century.
Well, the Jews are keeping track. We're really in like year 6,000 something, but
What?
2000, 2017.
Is that why they killed them all off? Because it kept them from the truth?
Yeah, because okay, I'm gonna throw something out there real quick.
This is gonna be bad.
Let's all be aware.
Closing thoughts with Conner
Even
Niell.
Louis C.K. said it. The Christians won. The Christians win. Why? What year is it?
Very good point.
The year of
Yeah,
our Lord.
2017.
The year of our Lord,
Which
2017.
what? What is the
Christ.
whole world like? If you're in China, you're gonna sign it. What's today? July 2nd. Monkey. Who the fuck's gonna cash that check? You have to put 2017. Like, who's gonna accept that? No one. They're gonna tell you to
July
fuck yourself.
7th, monkey.
So I mean, man, flying spaghetti monster. Earth is flat. Check it out.
Pastafarianism, bro.
Pastafarianism.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Jar Jar Binks
I
truth
guess,
support.
is that all we have, or do we got more?
Well,
Got the full
I feel
9
like
inches.
we should do a closing statement. Well, I got an idea. I know we already reiterated this, but I like to get input.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really talk too much about why the prequels ruined the Force, Jedi, Darth Vader, Boba Fett, C-3PO, R2-D2, Yoda, and I think I already said this, the Force. But let's go over like the orders that we like. The ones that we think is the best to the absolute worst Star Wars film.
Well, if you go back and listen to episode 1, you can hear ours. But
Well, it's
Conner,
for new listeners.
including Rogue One and The Force Awakens.
So best to worst.
Yes.
Yeah.
In my own opinion,
Yes.
Attack of the Clones, 4, 5, then the Phantom Menace.
Oh my god.
Fuck yourself. Revenge of the Sith. Then no, not even. Then 6, then Rogue One, and finally The Force Awakens.
You put those at the bottom?
You
Yeah.
think that Phantom Menace is
don't.
better than Return of the Jedi?
Better than Rogue One?
Better
Yeah.
than Force Awakens? 92% on Rotten Tomatoes versus 59?
Wow, you really use Rotten Tomatoes as a
Yeah,
crutch,
dude,
don't
you gotta
buddy?
like form your own opinion.
Absolutely.
But yeah, yo, put that down.
It's ringing, dude. I don't want to.
I know, I didn't
But,
mean for that to
You
happen.
really put Rogue One and Force Awakens at the bottom. Why?
Yes, I just didn't like them.
But you enjoyed Phantom Menace.
Yes, I did.
You enjoyed.
Darth Maul was awesome.
Darth Maul was cool. That doesn't fix the fucking movie.
You're just waving around your fancy fucking.
No. Here's the thing. Lucas made a preliminary script for the 3 films because he couldn't dilly-dally like what he did in the OT where he just made it up as he went along. He actually had to figure it out for the prequels.
Yeah.
And that
Had to put
synopsis
thought into it.
that he had for the original prequels, 20% of it was in Phantom Menace. And he literally admitted that the rest of it was padding. Well, he said, quote unquote, that I could just play around in this world that I created.
Yeah,
All
that's
of
awesome.
Phantom Menace is just establishing characters who actually do matter and then doing worthless, pointless bullshit to show visual effects that don't
Yeah,
matter.
no, it's cool.
It was garbage.
Rogue
So you're in
One.
it, you're in for a lot of the special effects.
No, I'm in it because I like Star Wars and I like the universe, and that's the order that I like the universe in. I think that I honestly would prefer to go into Phantom Menace universe as compared to Rogue One.
Okay, but what about, of course, you like Empire more.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite. Mm-hmm. That's
I used to be sided with the Jedi, but
ever
Jedi
since
were cool.
you bestowed the gift of seeing Attack of the Clones, you just couldn't go back to liking the light side. Right? The movie was just so good, couldn't take your eyes off it. From your point of view, the Jedi are evil. That was Revenge of the Sith. I guess you just like.
I like
sand.
the Empire, but if you're in the original trilogy, I'll side with the Empire. But if you're in the prequels, I'm gonna side with the Jedi. I can swap all I want. Force is on a spectrum.
What do you feel like today? Oh, okay. Well, that's it. We won't judge you. All right. I think we're closing up here. You got anything more, Zach?
You buying?
Follow us on Instagram. We have yet to give out a lot of our stuff, but we are on Instagram, Twitter, iHeartRadio, iTunes.
Damn right.
We
Wait,
got
giveaways?
We're on
You're doing
iHeartRadio now.
giveaways. You're giving away your stuff. Giveaways.
It sounded like that.
Confirmed giveaways.
He shut up. He wants more followers, I think is what he was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at escape_pod_cast.
SoundCloud, same thing. If you want to
Yep.
find our stuff on SoundCloud, it's escape_pod_cast.
That's our source. If you want to get everything first, go to SoundCloud.
Exactly. So I guess the same follows for iTunes and iHeartRadio.
And if you ever want to talk to me about why you're wrong about the original trilogy being better than the prequel, you can email me at civilrightsisdead@gmail.com.
That's actually real. That's real.
Civil rights is dead.
I also have Draft Dodging Boxer and Freedom Marching Negro and Brain Blowing Politician. All these are named after famous people. I think you guys know which ones they are. Have a good day.
So yeah, express your opinions towards Connor.
Signing off. I'm Cameron now.
I'm Zach Fielder.
Conner Niell.